I want to call this meeting to order. Okay, can we all stand up and say the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, we have a moment of silence. Thank you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to recognize any soldiers out there who served yesterday. November 11th was Veterans Day. I want to thank you for your service to our country. Take Mr. Robert Bettis, Colonel. Please stand. Okay, first item is the superintendent's report.
All right, thank you, Mr. Guerrero. I'm gonna just head to the next station. Okay, Mr. Guerrero, board members and attendants here. We have, as you know, we started doing the Lone Star governance, and part of the protocol or part of the requirements for Lone Star governance is to have do a progress monitoring every month when we meet. We're supposed to talk about where we stand as far as trying to reach our goals. Those 3 goals that were set by our board. So today is our first opportunity really to work and look at our board goal number 1 and see where we stand. So the first one is the percentage of kindergartner grade 2 3 students reading on grade level or above will increase from 64 to 90% by year 2023. And so that's really the first goal that was set up for our district, and we'll be looking at GP goal number 1, 2, and 3. So we looked at data, and I want to just explain this chart. So the first one is looking at year 2017. So year 2017, we have about 55% of our students, when kindergartners to grade 2, were reading on or above grade level. Year 2018, we went up to 64%. And then as of November 2018, we had 52% of our students who are reading on grade level. So we have a long way to go, because our goal is to reach 70% by the end of this year. So this is our goal. So again, to explain the chart, 2017, 2018, this is November, where we stand right now, and our goal is to aim to be at 70%. We also want to break it down by grade level. So we want to see how our kindergarten students, for example, doing compared to last school year. So 59% in year 2017, 72% year 2018, and as of November 2018, we have 47%. Keep in mind, there's a lot of our students here who are kindergartners that just came to us. They only had two months with us. Some of them probably were here in pre-K for half a day. So these are our students that our teachers are working very, very hard to make sure that, again, they're reading on grade or above level. Our goal for our kindergartners is to be at 76%. And eventually, as you can see the graph, we want to eventually reach 90%. How about our first graders, where we stand? Our first graders, back in 2017, we had 56% of them reading on or above grade level. Last year, end of the year, 55% were on or above grade level. And as of November, beginning of November, when we tested them using iStation, we were able to only see 50% of them reading on or above grade level. Our goal by the end of this year is to be at 63%. And again, ultimately, we want to get to 90% by year 2023. How about our second graders? Our second graders, back in 2017, we had 50% of them reading on or above grade level. Last year, 65% of them reading on or above grade level. And as of November, beginning of the month, 57% of them were on grade or above grade level. Ultimate goal is to be at least at 70% the end of this year, and eventually be at 90% of them at the year 2023. The goal is to continue always improving and ensuring that more and more of our students are reading on or above grade level. So obviously, we want to make sure that we know that we are obviously not meeting our goal. We are approaching. We are just the month of November. Our teacher they have been working very hard with our students to ensure again that they are reading on or above grade level. We have some next steps based on the data we got from iStation, and some of those next steps will be data meeting with campus staff to inform them on the progress of their goals. We meet with them. We determine next steps, action planning to make sure again that our students again are reaching those goals. We also implementation of guided reading with Fidelity using checklists for reading and content teachers. And I can show some of those examples that we have. And then Daily 5, it's another strategy that our teachers also are using as an intervention method to better help our students read on or above grade level. And the last two items we have is promoting students to set their own reading goals, because it's very important that our students are part of the learning, right? It's one thing is for adults to tell them, we need you to be here, need you to be there, but also involve them in the decision making and make sure again that they are setting those goals, but also reaching those goals. And the last next step we'll be doing is creating more and more incentives for reading, such as time on various reading programs, to ensure that our students are actually trying hard, giving it 150% so they can achieve those goals that we set for them. Okay, and the evidence or where we get the data from is actually we get that data from iStation. iStation is an online software, online program that we use. Students get tested once a month, and so we want to make sure that to track their reading level, make sure again that they are progressing, right, from one month to another. I want to also make sure to recognize we have many of our students who actually showed tremendous growth. We looked at their end of the year, an iStation last year, and we looked at how they did this November, and we saw that 147 students who actually within 2 months of instruction, they improve and they are now reading on or above grade level in kindergarten. We have 56 students in first grade who are actually reading on or above grade level, and they weren't last year. And we have 51 students who actually weren't reading on grade level last year, and now they're reading on or above grade level. So we have a lot of our students who actually shown a tremendous growth already.
Superintendent, before you go into that,
Yes, ma'am.
just a couple of questions here.
Yes, ma'am.
On the table, 2017, 2018 is end of year data, is that correct?
2017, 2018, this right here, 55%?
Yes.
Yes, it's the EOI, is the end of the year assessment. Usually it's the month of May of 2018.
So, okay, and is it pretty typical, do we see over time that the beginning year reading data is lower than kind of end of year?
Correct. Usually, usually because of the summer break, a lot of students don't really read, or they get busy. They're on the island. They're enjoying family. Because of that stuff, I mean, they don't necessarily. There is like a drop. It's very common across the state of Texas, across the nation. But then they will pick up again. Very common. But again, we would like, if you remember, we talked about My Ion, right? That's another option, is that online library, right? That students can use a tablet, an iPhone, or any a computer to read over the summer. Those kind of the tools where we try to provide for our students to make sure again that they're reading all the time, right? So that's something we started last summer, and we saw a lot of progress in our students' reading levels. The other, we need to progress monitor the superintendent constraints, and one of the constraints I have set by our board is the superintendent shall not hire any new campus principal with fewer than 3 years of demonstrated successful experience in campus district leadership role. And so the first one is the percentage of campus principals with fewer than 3 years of demonstrated successful campus district leadership will be maintained at 0% by 2021. And we did not hire any new principals, and that's no 2 years, no 3 years. So we are meeting that goal. So, and the goal is, again, if we have to hire a new principal, that principal will have a minimum of 3 years experience as a dean and AP, an administrative role, so we can ensure that person makes an easy transition to the principalship. And again, this is part of the Lone Star process, I guess, is after I present is for you to decide if if you accept what the presentation I did or not. This is kind of the process. I just want to highlight a couple of things real quickly. I know last time we talked about this. So I want to make sure that the reason, this is the plan that was established. I don't know if you can see it there. So we are in the month of November, right? So that's why we're doing the iStation presentation, BOI, report on experience of new campus admin. So we have this developed with the help of our Lone Star governance. And so we have to follow and make sure that every month we are discussing these topics and make sure that we are on track to meet whatever goals or constraint we have set up for ourselves. All right, so that's why quarter one, that's what we're going to be doing. Next month in December, we'll be talking about report on CCMR focus inventory and then staffing ratio report. And then that's when we're going to submit the board quarterly report. I want to make sure that, I don't know if you can see it in the audience. Yeah, it's got a lot of light.
We'll also put this up on our website.
Yes. Is it good? Better? Yep. That's good. I want to also just really briefly, some folks may have a question about how we do the guided reading, because I did mention that earlier. And so I want to make sure that we know we're using a checklist, and we're training our teachers to use this. It's really to help with the guided reading observation. This is something one of the strategies, if you will, that we're using to increase the percentage of students who are reading on a grade or above grade level. Some of these strategies we also use in the Daily 5. And the Daily 5 is really almost like a station, if you will, right? So it requires 5 things. That's why we call it Daily 5. You read to self, you read to someone, you listen to read, word study, work on your writing. And those, by doing this Daily 5, again, we're going to help our students become better readers, but also better writers. So those are some of the strategies or techniques that we're training and our teachers are using in their classrooms. Any questions? Okay.
I'd like to make I would like to address the people that in the crowd out there today. This board has made a definite commitment to follow this Lone Star governance, and it's a new, innovative method that we are becoming really committed to the progress of our children, our students. And as if you can look outside in the crowd, we've got a lot of parents here. I believe, I'm jumping ahead, but they're here for recognition because of their reading. And it just goes to show that the parents are also making that commitment to part of our commitment to better the children's reading. So thank you, parents, for being here. Thank you, Dr. Assis, for for making this report. I'll entertain a motion to accept or reject his report.
I just want to add one
Yes,
thing
ma'am.
there, Mr. Guerrero.
Yes, ma'am.
So, I just want to state that Lone Star Governance is founded on what we have found, not we, but research, best practices. What are the things that boards are doing that most impact student outcomes? And when you look at the research over the last 10, 15 years, that is what Lone Star Governance is founded on. What are those best practices? So that's what this board is trying to do. And what it was found was boards that made the most significant progress for students are boards that, one, set clear student outcome goals. Two, spent time monitoring progress towards those goals. And so that has been a huge part of what we as a board, how we're trying to shift the way we work so that we're no longer in the space we're going to spend hours talking about everything other than students. We're going to spend a majority of our time looking at, talking about, and thinking about what is really happening for students every single day in the classroom and what needs to happen for their teachers. So that's kind of what undergirds the Lone Star Governance. So I'll move to accept the report.
I'll second that.
We have a motion and a second. Mr. Billman?
In favor.
In favor.
Dr. May? I also vote in favor. Motion carries.
Thank you. I just want to thank you, and I want to thank our parents, just to say, because it's very important that we work together on this. Our students needs to be reading as much as possible, and we have to work together. That they are reading in the summer, they're reading every day. We are trying to have that online library that my eye on. This is a great tool that. Again, you don't even need to have a computer. If you have an iPad or you have a phone, we're trying to see if that we can get that approved. All our students will have access to it. So the love of reading and literacy, that's the most important thing that you wanna provide to our students. So we wanna work hard really to make sure that it's happening for our students. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Okay, item number 2 is going to be presentation of students for the Today a Reader, Tomorrow a Leader reading campaign.
Good evening, board, community members, parents. I cannot believe this is already our 10th year of this reading campaign. Can you believe that? Our 10th year. So tonight we're here to recognize those students who have been selected. Actually, they've earned the right, to represent their campus this year as a leader of literacy. So without further ado, we will begin with Guzman Elementary.
Good evening. My name is Julia Villarreal. I am the librarian at Guzman Elementary, and I'm here representing our principal, Mrs. De La Garza. Juliana Arroyo is an exemplary student at Guzman Elementary. She earned the distinguished title of top reader for her outstanding reading performance in iStation and the Accelerated Reader Program. Last year, Juliana read a total of 145 books, totaling 41,882 words, and earned 67.7 AR points. Her favorite book is Me Encantan los Perros y Cachorros by Jane Nicola Sweeney. She says she loves to read and play with her sister for fun and hopes to one day become a school teacher like her own teacher, Mrs. Ordóñez. Juliana loves apples and blueberries and hopes to one day help children in her own community read and learn. Today a reader, tomorrow a leader for BG Guzman is Juliana Arroyo. Congratulations, Juliana, for her hard work and dedication.
Hello, everyone. My name is Joe Cavazos. I'm interim principal at Truman Price Elementary. I'd like you to introduce you to Moises Andrew Campos Jr. Moises was a top AR reader in kindergarten at the end of last year's school year, the 2017-2018. Moises is interested in sports and loves sports cars. This year, he will be playing flag football along with Pee Wee League ball. Moises loves his two cats and turtles. Most of all, he loves to read. He enjoys the adventures of Fly Guy, who he finds amusing. He can't wait for Fly Guy's next adventures. I'd like to introduce you to Moises Andrew Campos, and we have the proud parents, Ms. Olga and Moises Campos, in the audience. Thank you so much.
If Moises' parents can please stand to be recognized. Where's his parents? There you go. Thank you so much.
Good evening. My name is Tomas Tamez. I am the interim principal at Ochoa Elementary. This evening, I'd like to present Mauro Tijerina. Mauro Tijerina is a student at AM Ochoa Elementary. He is an avid reader. Mauro was the top reader in his grade last year by reading more than 324 books. His favorite books are the Baby Mouse series by Jennifer I. Holm. When he is not reading, you can find him playing soccer, football, and video games. We are proud to have Mauro Tijerina at our school. Again, I'd like to introduce Mauro Tijerina. And his parents, Mauro Tijerina and Miriam Ramblas, are here in the audience. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and members of the board. My name is Ms. Sarmiento, Run Elementary Principal. It is with great pleasure that I introduce to you Imani Gomez, an outstanding and intelligent student that enjoys reading books in both English and in Spanish. She is currently the highest reader in first grade, reading at a level of 2.8, which is at second grade and 8 months. When asked what her favorite book is to read, she stated, Lily's Purple Plastic Purse, because just like Lily, I love school. Academically, Imani is an exceptional achiever in all her contents, even though she enjoys reading a lot. Her favorite subject is science because she loves to learn about the world. At this moment, I would like to acknowledge Mr. Jose Angel Gomez and Ms. Silvia Ariano for having such a remarkable child. Please stand to be recognized. Let's give them a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Imani Gomez as runs Today a Reader, Tomorrow a Leader.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I stand in front of you representing Stanky Elementary. My name is Maria Hinojosa, and I'm currently the curriculum specialist. Jairo Gonzalez is the oldest and has a sister in pre-K and a baby brother. When Jairo was in kinder, he participated in UIL math and received second place. He enjoys playing soccer, chess, and reading. His iStation reading level is currently a level M, third grade. When he grows up, he says he'd like to be a scientist. And I'd like to recognize Jairo's parents, Mr. and Mrs. Jairo and Monica Gonzalez, and his entire family who's here to support him.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Romaldo Cisneros. I'm a counselor at Cáceres Elementary, and I am here representing Ms. Celia Martinez. And our student was not able to make it, but we still want to go ahead and recognize her for her achievements at Cáceres Elementary. Our student is Denia Rubio. She is one of 5 children. She has 1 sister and 3 brothers. She's an outstanding student at JW Cáceres in all areas. She enjoys reading and writing in both English and Spanish. She likes to write mostly about her days at the beach. Her favorite book is Frozen. She loves to eat pizzas and grapes. And we are very proud to have Denia at our campus. And I'd like to recognize her parents, Jose and Jessica Rubio. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Iracema Reyes, and I'm the curriculum specialist at M. Rivas Elementary. I'm representing our principal, Rosalinda Navarro. It is with great honor to present Galilea Mercado as M. Rivas, today a reader, tomorrow a leader. Galilea is a very lovable and independent student. She is goal-oriented and motivated to be the best student she can be. Galilea likes to sing, dance, and color. She excels in reading and math. Some of her favorite things are reading animal books, the color pink, and her favorite food is pizza. Galilea wants to be a teacher when she grows up. At this time, I would like to recognize her proud parents, Ana Mercado and Gabriel Mercado. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Mrs. Franco, principal at Salinas Elementary. I would like to introduce to you Jonathan Davila. He is a first grade student at Captain D. Salinas Elementary. He is a brilliant and very well-mannered first grade student. The thing Jonathan enjoys to do the most is read books, lots of books. Consequently, Jonathan is reading books at a 3rd grade level. Some of his other accomplishments include first place UIL English spelling last year, top accelerated reader, highest reading level on iStation, and was identified gifted and talented as a kindergarten student. Besides reading, Jonathan also enjoys hunting, fishing, and watching the Dallas Cowboys football games alongside his dad. Especially this past Sunday, right? When they finally won. When Jonathan grows up, he says he wants to be a police officer, although his dad says he's going to be the President of the United States one day. We are honored and privileged to have Jonathan Davila as part of Salinas Elementary's family. And now I would like to introduce his proud parents, if you can please stand, to be recognized, Jonathan Davila and Jackie Leiva. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Crystal Garza. I am the principal at P.S. Garza Elementary. Giselle Moreno is a first grade student at P.S. Garza. Giselle is described by her teacher as friendly, motivated, and always ready to learn. She loves helping her teacher and her classmates and looks forward to coming to school every day. Giselle's favorite subject is science, and her favorite book is currently Pam and Sam by Nancy Tafuri. When Giselle is not at school, she enjoys playing with tons of chickens and puppies at her house. She also enjoys dancing, singing, reading, and her favorite color of all time is pink. Giselle aspires to be a police officer when she grows up. She loves eating hamburgers and playing with her 4 sisters after she gets home from school. At this time, I would like to recognize her parents, Liliana and Reyes Salinas. Please stand to be recognized. Ladies and gentlemen, I present you Giselle Moreno, today a reader, tomorrow a leader for P.S. Garza Elementary.
Good Good evening, everybody. My name is Nelda Calderon. I'm the principal at Munoz Elementary. I'd like to introduce April Calderon. April Calderon is a first grade student at Mighty Munoz Elementary. Every time you see April, she exemplifies outstanding behavior and effort. April has a big heart and is always kind to others. She enjoys coming to school because, as she states, it's good for you and helps you learn. She leads her grade level in reading and loves to read about bats and pigs. April also likes pizza and playing soccer. She wants to be a doctor when she grows up because she wants to take care of people. Her advice to other students is to read and to complete all their schoolwork so they can do well and be successful. Munoz is proud to introduce April as our Reader Today, Leader Tomorrow student, and I'd like to recognize her parents, Ricardo and Maria Calderon.
Good evening, students, parents, and members of this community. My name is Karen Nieto, and I am the principal of J.P. Lenore Elementary. It is an honor to be here and present my student. Jesus Zapata is currently a first grade student at J.P. Lenore Elementary. He is dedicated, intelligent, kind-hearted, and well-loved by his peers. In the area of academics, he aims for perfection and received all A honor roll and was a UIL math participant. Jesus' favorite types of books are biographies because of his interest in real-life events. His career goals is to be a police officer to help serve and protect his community. He strives to be a good leader for his classmates and is always ready to take on new challenges. At this moment, I would like to recognize his parents, Jesus and Marisa Zapata. Please stand to be recognized. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Christopher Park, principal at Singletary Elementary. Our today a reader, tomorrow a leader is Evelyn Guadalupe Esquivel Chavez. Evelyn Chavez is an excellent and passionate student. As soon as she walks into the classroom, she has the biggest smile on her face and is ready to learn. Her passion for reading is so great that she says it is a subject that she enjoys most. Evelyn says that she likes to explore different books, but her favorites include books about Disney princesses and animals. Evelyn's motivation to continue to pursue reading in both languages is admirable. Her perseverance is so intense that it inspires her classmates. Aside from spending her time reading at home and school, Evelyn also enjoys playing with her siblings. However, she says that reading is still her favorite thing to do at any time she has a chance. Evelyn has a great future ahead of her. Singletary Elementary is extremely proud of Evelyn and all of her accomplishments and her accomplishments that she will achieve in the future. Los orgullosos padres de Evelyn son Esteban Esquivel y Pedra Chávez, y están sus dos hermanos Ángel y Esteban. Si pueden tomar pie, por favor. Singletary Elementary's today a reader, tomorrow leader is Evelyn Guadalupe Esquivel Chávez. Thank you.
Good evening. My name is Leticia. Got ahead of myself, huh? Good evening once again. My name is Leticia Cardenas Chavez, principal at Salazar Elementary. And Aiden Vela is a very unique and special little boy. Aiden is always determined to go beyond and accomplish all goals set in front of him. Aiden carries the title of a leader by helping and carrying out tasks that will not only help him, but help his fellow classmates as well. He wishes to pursue his goal in working in law enforcement. Beginning kindergarten, he entered reading at kindergarten level and ended the year reading at a second grade reading level. Eloy Garza Salazar is truly proud and honored to have such a wonderful, bright, and caring student who truly thrives for success for himself and his peers. And without further ado, I introduce to you Mr. Aiden Vela as the today a reader, tomorrow a leader. And I would also like his parents to please stand, and they are Mr. Angel Mario Vela Jr., and his mother is Mrs. Marlene Vela.
Good evening. My name is Mari Partida, the principal at J.S. Adame Elementary. And Melody May Chavez is a first grade student at Julianes Adame Elementary, currently reading at a 3.6. She is described as a well-mannered, inquisitive, and natural-born leader. Her hobbies include reading, arts and crafts, and spending time with family. What she likes most about her school is the library and being celebrated for her academic accomplishments. When asked what her plans for the future are, she responded, "I want to go to college and study art." Melody aspires to become an artist. We at Julianes Adame Elementary have no doubt that she will achieve her goal. It is our pleasure to present to you Melody May Chavez, Adame's today a reader, tomorrow a leader. Her parents are Adan Chavez and Lori Soto, and also accompanying her mom is Kylie, her older sister. Great role model for her.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Mary Lou Rodriguez, principal from AP Solis Middle School here in Donna, Texas. Let me tell you, 6-star school before I even begin. Just want to make sure we got it out there. I haven't visited, I haven't been here for a while. So want to make sure we remember. It's my pleasure to introduce AP Solis Middle School 8th grader, Gilberto Ramirez, Jr. Let me tell you, very emotional. My nephew. Okay. Gilbert is an ideal student. During 7th grade year, he read over 2 million words. We expect him to read the same amount, if not more, this year. High expectations. To say he's an avid reader is an understatement. His enthusiasm for books is contagious and has impacted his fellow students on numerous occasions. Gilberto is a student who possesses natural intelligence, but also has a self-discipline to hone in that intelligence, putting forth his maximum effort into every assignment. Very few students have proven to be an outstanding academically as Gilberto, and we are grateful to have him be part of AP Solis Middle School, a 2-time 6-star middle school. So I'd like to recognize Gilberto. Also, thank you. I'm proud. And I'm just gonna cut real quick, and I'm gonna say I'm proud of each and every child that's in here, because you know what? These are products of Donna ISD, and it's awesome to see them here. It's awesome. Former reading teacher, I love it. Let me tell you, also, I'd like to honor his parents. His father's not here today, he's working, but his mother is here, and his grandfather's here, his brother's here. So I'd like to recognize Gilberto's mom, Liliana Ramirez, and Jose Luz Ramirez, my dad.
Good evening. My name is Adela Troncoso, and I am the principal at Dora Sauceda Middle School. Good evening, board members, administration, community, and parents here present. I am privileged to share with you a little background information on one of our Seminoles with pride, personal responsibility in developing excellence, Abraham Vasquez. He is an 8th grade student this year. His parents are Israel Vasquez Jr. and Irma Serrano, and they are here, so we can go ahead and recognize him. He has 3 siblings, 2 of which are already attend college. Abraham likes to hang out with his 3 pets, 3 dogs, and 1 cat. Abraham developed a passion for reading during one of his migrant trips where he was introduced to mythology literature. He enjoys mostly reading sci-fi and suspense books. Abraham has been a distinguished reader for the last 2 years. Last year, he read 2,362,246 words. And again, we expect nothing less, not a word less, okay? Although he said that he might change in the future as he learns about new fields and develops other interests, but for now, Abraham is interested in pursuing environmental engineering degree as he wants to involve himself in a field where he is able to contribute to finding global solutions to global problems. It is my honor to present to you this year's Today's a Reader, Tomorrow a Leader, and a Seminole with Pride, Abraham Vasquez.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Claudia Guerrero, and I am the principal at Veterans Middle School. Tonight, my student couldn't make it. She's with her Warriorette team at a basketball game, but nonetheless, I'd like to recognize Valeria Ayala. Valeria is an 8th grade student at Veterans Middle School. She is the top reader at our campus, where last year she read 2,038,864 words. She is also part of our athletics and dance programs, and some things that she likes to do is read and play basketball. Valeria is currently enrolled in all pre-AP classes, Algebra 1, and is an honor roll student where she hopes to become an epidemiologist one day. So she is the daughter of Eduardo Ayala and Maria del Carmen Ayala, and our leader of tomorrow at Veterans Middle School is Valeria Ayala. Thank you.
Good evening, parents, honored guests, board members. I am here representing WA Todd. I am Mr. Alfonso Saavedra, representing Ms. Araceli Guerra. Unfortunately, our student wasn't able to make it tonight. Student's name is Araceli Seneca Robinson. She's a student at WA Todd Middle School, who is a 7th grader. Araceli is a distinguished reader who read 1,696,497 words as a 6th grader. In addition to being a distinguished reader, Araceli participated in our 5th annual Battle of the Books competition and proudly represented Todd and making the Dean's List, and she is ranked 4th. In addition, she also created an original story that we had on campus. We had a competition, and she placed 2nd. So this is a very distinguished little girl. She's also an accomplished band player, and she also joined robotics. This little girl loves to read. You walk anywhere, and she's like this. She's always got her nose in a book. And I'd just like to, like Ms. Rodriguez said, they have the 6 stars. Congratulations. And I just want to say Todd got 4. So we're right behind you. 2 more. We're right there. So Araceli is the proud daughter of Ms. Sylvia Robinson, and that is our student for the Today Leader, Tomorrow Reader for Todd Middle School. Thank you. Good job.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Javier Vino. I'm the principal at 3D Academy. My student could not be here tonight. He sends his apologies. Mr. David Ibarra III came to 3D Academy last year asking for an opportunity. He wanted an opportunity to improve his life, to get his life started actually by trying to get his diploma. He went through struggles early on in his high school years, and just things didn't fall the way they should have. But after several years being out of school, it was very difficult as it would be for any student to come back and try to adjust to school. He had to relearn to be a student again. Well, with the right direction, the right guidance, he was able to move toward that end. After a year of struggles at 3D Academy, the gears started kicking in, and he began to excel. And it's wonderful to see when a student's motivation comes from within and wants to intrinsically want to be in school, never missing school. He loves to play basketball at 3D Academy. We have a new basketball rim and everything. We have a three-point shot and everything. It was pretty cool. They didn't have that. We turned the parking lot into a gym, but we do whatever we can. But he really focused on his studies, and I asked the campus, I need the best reader in the campus, and our English 4 teacher says, I got the person, and it was David Ivara. And I go, what makes him so uniquely different than everybody else? He goes, he loves to read, and he knows the reading is the path to success. So he's on his way. You know, he's going to become a great leader. You know, it doesn't matter how many bumps and bruises that he gets along the way, he's going to get there. So I'm proud to have him as our today a reader and tomorrow a leader, Mr. David Ibarra III.
Good evening. My name is Deborah Medrano, and I'm an assistant principal at Donna High School. I'm here tonight representing Mrs. Nancy Castillo. And it is my honor to introduce to you Ms. Perla Jimenez, Donna High School's honored student. Perla Jimenez is a senior at Donna High School. Perla attended Cáceres Elementary and A.P. Solis Middle School. She will be graduating with a distinguished level of achievement with an Arts and Humanities endorsement. Perla is a choir officer and a 7-year member of this organization. She is a TMEA District Treble Choir member and has been to UIL State Solo and Ensemble Competition. Perla began reading after her mother gave her the book Clifford the Big Red Dog in efforts to keep her from getting angry with other children at school. Her love for reading began, and her appreciation for her fellow students soon followed. Perla agrees books have helped her grow and become a leader in her choir program as well as at home. Books have helped her make good life choices no matter what her circumstances might be at home or school. Her favorite books today are The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Hollow Black and the Vladimir Todd series by Zach Brewer. Her favorite genre of books are thriller and adventure. Perla has checked out and read over 1,134 books from kindergarten through her junior year in high school. After graduation, Perla plans to join the U.S. Air Force and later continue her education. At this time, I'd like to recognize her mother, Ms. Karina Jimenez, y por favor se pone de pie para reconocerla. Gracias. Again, ladies and gentlemen, Donna High School's today a reader, tomorrow a leader, Ms. Perla Jimenez.
Good evening. My name is Selena Garza. I'm one of the assistant principals at Donna North High School. On behalf of Donna North High School and our principal, Bernadette Cáceres, we're here to recognize Ms. Carolina Cruz as today a reader, tomorrow a leader. She is the daughter of Maria Suarez and Juan Cruz. Can you please stand up? Give me those. Carolina is a senior at Donna North High School. She has participated in the Battle of the Books for the last 3 years. Carolina embodies kindness. She exemplifies a dynamic personality and possesses a strong work ethic. Carolina is a pleasant conversationalist who epitomizes the qualities of today a reader, tomorrow a leader. Let's give her a hand of applause. She also wanted me to mention that her career would be an attorney. So.
I just want to thank all our students, and I'm very proud of you. I want to thank our parents, I want to thank our principals and our teachers for really working really hard. As I said earlier, it's like a village, and I really appreciate our parents working with us and everybody. The love of reading is the best thing you can give to a student, and if we can do it, they'll be successful for life. So thank you, everyone, for all your help. And students, I'm very, very proud of you. Thank you. Padres, muchísimas gracias para tu apoyo. No podemos hacerlo sin el apoyo de ustedes, entonces muchas gracias. Que siempre trabaja con nosotros. El amor de leer es la cosa más importante que uno puede tener para un niño. Entonces muchas gracias por tu trabajo y tu apoyo. Gracias.
I would like to let the parents know your child is taking home an 8x10 photo of themselves and the principal. This same photo, as you can see around the board, the boardroom, this picture will be here hung in the boardroom the entire year, along with another picture that's going to be hung at your child's campus. Okay, it'll be there the entire year. Your child will be representing your campus as a leader in literacy. Congratulations.
Okay, item number, you ready to move on? Yes. Parents, congratulations on your students' achievements. Okay, item number 3, is that you? Item number 3, Magic Valley Electric Co-op check presentation.
So each year, Magic Valley Cooperative allocates capital credits to each of their members based on their members' electric bill for that year. We have Ms. Rebecca Elizondo, who is representative from Magic Valley. She's here to provide us with a little bit more information and also to present us with a check.
All right.
Good evening. Thank you, Ms. Rangel. My name is Rebecca Elizondo. I'm with Magic Valley Electric Co-op. I'm your key accounts representative. And today I'm excited and happy to be here to present you a check with the portion of the 2016 capital credits. Capital Credit represents your ownership in Magic Valley Electric Cooperative. The benefit involves the allocation of excess revenue, called margins, in the form of capital credits. At the end of each year, after all operational expenses have been covered, Magic Valley Electric will return a portion of any excess funds back to our members in the form of capital credits. This refund represents your portion of the $5.5 million of capital credit retirement authorized by Magic Valley Electric Board of Directors. $4,838.54 is your share of the capital credits retired to your membership with the cooperative for a portion of 2016. The amount you have received is based on the amount of electricity you have purchased. Donna ISD has been a member of Magic Valley Electric since 1999 and does have 70 accounts with us, which do include meters at the campuses along with security lights. Some of the schools that are serviced by Magic Valley include Patricia S. Garza Elementary, Veterans Middle School, Perez Munoz Elementary, Singletary Elementary, Salazar Elementary, Donna North High School, and Adame Elementary. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I know, I'll wait till everybody passes.
Okay, item number 4, it's gonna be the conservators, quarterly report.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Linda Romeros, and I am the. Can you bring it back?
Ponlo enfrente.
Or over here? I think in the front.
There you go.
I think that'll work. I am Linda Romeros, and I'm the district conservator. I'm reporting on the months of July, August, and September, so this is actually history to you already, but I do have to report on this. The report is broken up into 2 sections, the action plan and the status plan. I'm gonna address the financial accountability and the governance section. On the financial accountability, during those months of July, August, and September, we had to address the budget concerns, and you did a really good job of transparency as far as the district is concerned, and you had 6, if I'm not mistaken, 6 budget workshops where you addressed all of the concerns, and one of the big concerns was your health insurance and where your budget stands. And you addressed it with some very tough decisions that you had to make. You had to cut 5 days from all of the employees other than teachers. You had to do budget cuts for all of the departments by 15%, and you had to address the district health insurance plan by doing benefit changes, co-pay changes, and the dollar amount that the benefit, the deductibles, and the co-pay changes and so forth. So there were a lot of changes that took place, but you made the community very aware of what was going on. I think that helped tremendously. I realized they were not decisions that were light, but you made them aware of what was happening. You had a lot of input from the employees, and they actually helped you come up with some of this. results. You still show an off track on that financial accountability, and that's mainly due because the audit was presented on July 27th to TEA. That it was a late audit. Obviously, you failed the financial integrity rating system of Texas because of that. But you are working through all of those. Mrs. Cancino came on board not until May of this year. So things are working. It's just taking time. There's a lot of procedures still have to get done. She's working on the audit right now. And right now, what I'm pushing for is for that audit to be submitted in time for TEA, which means January 28th. If you make that deadline, that's a big win for the district. Now, I have already started working with your superintendent on the budget process for this coming year because we still have a lot of things that need to be worked on. The health insurance is still one that has to be worked on because the district is still subsidizing the health insurance this year and has projected to subsidize it next year. And you are not getting any more money that I can tell. Now, granted, this January will be a legislative year. I don't know what the state holds, but we can't depend on that unless for some reason early on, but normally they go all the way through July before they ever let you know what's going on. So we do need to start working on all of those items. Then the next one is the governance. On the,
Ms. Gomez,
yes.
before you go to governance, are we on track for the January 28th deadline?
Yes, your GL, your general ledger hasn't been turned in to the auditor, but I imagine it will be turned in within the next, before you go out on.
It will be turned in tomorrow.
Okay, that is key for the auditor, to have the books. When I refer to GL, general ledger, those are your district books. And as long as he has that, while you all are on break, and then when you come back and start working on all of those. She's been working on the schedules also, and all those balances that have to be turned in. So as right now, she's working also on procedure manuals for me, but those have I have said, no, concentrate on the audit, and then if you can work those other things into place, because your primary goal is to get that audit in time.
And just to add, we'll be turning in that file tomorrow. It is, as far as I know, and then we've gone through it, we've been working very hard. It should be balanced. All our funds, everything should be balanced. Our schedules will reconcile to it, and our goal is to submit it an audit report for you all to approve and review at the December board meeting. So hopefully we'll be ahead of schedule.
Have those audit findings, they're all being addressed?
Most of them have been addressed. Some of them, like the procedures, internal controls, as I'm working on it,
right.
I am finding some of the things that I want to change. So those are being updated as I'm working on the
right.
audit. Because now I'm very hands-on. I'm the one looking at all the books and reviewing our procedures. So you will see some tweaks into our procedures manual.
You had about 22 audit findings.
Right.
Those are all being addressed. I know there's one or two that still haven't been addressed. One of them was getting an actuary for workers' comp. I know they're working on it, and they should be doing that because that's a requirement. So I know all of that is being worked on.
Is that gonna be like outsourced, or is it
Yes,
insourced?
that has to be outsourced. That is something that requires a lot of number crunching,
Right.
a lot of number crunching. Then the governance, the best thing that you could have done was join the Lone Star Governance Program. You're on that program already. That's a big plus. And tonight you are finalizing the AE policy.
Right.
So that sets everything into place, and you're attending all your trainings. I've never had a board meeting canceled because nobody attended or couldn't attend. That's a big win. If you look at the status report, it shows meeting warning. And that meeting warning means that you've attended too many meetings or had too many meetings. But I want to give you a caveat on that. This is an Excel document that looks at all of this happenings, and you actually had 12 meetings in July, August, and September. And you're supposed to have no more than 2 But this summer, you needed more than 2 a month because of the budget process and where you are financially. So I wouldn't really look too heavily of that. I've seen where you've cut the board meetings and you're in the right direction, but budgeting, summer months, always take more meetings. Are there any questions? This is available with the superintendent, so anybody can get a copy. And you should be getting it when it is sent by TEA. I have to turn it in by the 5th of the following month, and normally they review it within the next 5 or 8 days. So far, they haven't reviewed my October report. They're running a little bit late because even though it is a quarterly, now they want us to address it monthly. And I assume it was because sometimes things, if you wait till the quarter, things may happen that it's too late to address them, so they want to see them sooner. There will still be a quarterly, but I'm just going to be adding to it and make it a quarterly at the end of December. Any questions?
So under the governance on the first page of the action plan portion,
Mhm.
Under the exit criteria status, how is that determined? I imagine the categories are like on track.
Right, and it also means if we've addressed all the issues of why I came on board. And if you look at the initial installation, that tells you why I came on board. If, at the very top, could you see that where it says off track? Where it says initial failure to file conflict disclosure statements and lack of sufficient internal controls. And then the fact that this was escalated because of the forensic audit, and then the audit report not being turned in on time.
So so I'm talking about the part specifically under governance though?
Yeah, oh, okay, over
Yeah,
here.
under the governance section.
You're under the action plan.
Yes, just for the governance. Is that off track related to activity status?
If there's, it has specifics in there, and if it's off track, it's because we haven't met our goal there, or we haven't addressed those issues, or slightly off track. Like, I will give you a for instance, it's not in the governance, but it's on the financial cash flow. On the cash flow, while I have received it, it's still, I haven't received the final product, it's slightly off track. That's all it means. But a lot of this has already been completed, and see, the self-evaluation slightly off track. That was because, remember, we started the Lone Star governance way back in, what was it, March? And originally, we said we're gonna have it in place within 3 months and so forth. Well, it didn't happen, and then we were going through a superintendent search and so forth and all of that, so that put a hold on it. But now that you have your AE policy in place and so forth, things should start moving. But you have to maintain your reporting of your goals on the timelines and so forth.
Okay,
Mhm.
so this would probably on our next report change to on track because all of these things
Right.
are either completed or on track.
Now, be aware that, but the assessment is usually mine, where I assess.
Oh.
Okay, the assessment, and then training, well, that's usually the staff or the board, and the implementation also is the board or the staff implementing. So on a lot of this, where I keep saying ongoing, like review of the meetings, agendas and so forth, that's ongoing. I completed, but it's ongoing. It's always will be ongoing. Board policy revisions, I still am doing some of that. I may look at some and then come back to them because there's a lot of board policies.
Got it, thank you.
I have a question. If we maintain this as we're going, stick to our budget, will we be reaching our goal of maintaining the fund balance that's necessary for operating?
You actually have the fund balance that's necessary for operating.
But
You have
again,
3 months.
The concern was, we're still using part of the fund balance for insurance, and so we were at, if I recall correctly, at the last budget, when we approved it, we would be at 39 million
by June
By the end of current year, right
of
now.
current year.
Mhm.
We're still right at that 3-month, correct?
You're still at the 3-month. We were discussing, Ms. Cancino and I were
That's-
discussing.
That's, as long as we stay on track with the current budget, sticking to our budget for the next year.
Yes, but looking forward into the next year, you can't continue to dip into the fund balance.
For 2019, 2020.
Correct. That's why we still need to address health insurance and other things that we're looking at. Right now, it's just the preliminary that I've been looking at with the superintendent.
Mhm.
But there's some expenditures that need to be addressed and that we need to keep looking into those.
Okay.
Okay.
Is there any other thing that you saw or foresee to be a problem? I know that, you know, we're gonna be addressing, we got a couple of new board members here, you know, welcome. You know, I know that they have to, right here, right in front, they're gonna be
Right
going.
in front?
Yes.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
welcome.
And they're, you know, and like I said, you know, one of the issues is the Lone Star governance that we've been training, that we've been going through. So, you know, once they come on board, you know, the new members need to go through that training, and we, all as a board, you know, need to try to remain as a board of 8, you know, because that's gonna be very important to keep the wheels of progress moving in the right direction, you know.
And the Lone Star governance targets the student outcome goals,
Right.
which is excellent, that. But you also have to look at your business side, that it's operating, that you have the funds in order to employ the staff.
Over here on, under the action plan where it says slightly off track, addressing staffing ratios,
Oh, that has to do with, if you will remember, and we're still tweaking that.
Right.
I'll be aware, make you aware of that. But at the time when that was done, that was during Dr. Leo's time.
Right.
And when Dr. Azaiz came on board, there was he had to tweak it a little bit also. And really, we still need to keep looking at that. We still need to keep looking at it. Any other questions? Thank you.
This is not an action item, so.
No,
Thank you for the
it's
report.
just a report.
Yes, ma'am, thank you. Does anybody else have any questions before we move on? Okay, the item number 3 is open forum. Okay, we have one person, that Raquel Martinez. We got 3 to 5 minutes.
Yeah. Good evening. First of all, I'd like to congratulate them. They're all gone as all these readers. I'm still a reader. I read 2 books a month and the newspaper daily, so hopefully they'll keep that up. I love reading.
I was wondering how many words are in our
Well, I read the newspaper daily, so, and I do the crossword and the jumbles and the crypto-crypt, all that, daily. That's a daily thing, except when I'm not here, when I don't get my paper. I addressed 2 people here via email. I'm very concerned with the possibility that an employee has access to all employee information. That is a big concern of mine. Knowing the history, it is a big concern. This person has access to personal information, and that for me is scary because I have had an incident with him here before. So to me, it is scary for him to know, to be able to access where I live, is scary. And I know from personal messages on my phone that I'm not the only one. It should be a concern to all employees. Because if you have ever come across this person and had any type of incident with him, he is now in a position to get that information. And that is scary. I mean, I've already had my back window broken once. So, and as a matter of fact, last night I had somebody following me, which is kind of scary. I called PD, went down to PD and stopped there, and the guy just went by. So that does cause issues. And for this person to be able to get that information so easily, it's concerning. So either, and for me, that, because it is medical records, that would be a HIPAA violation for him to access those records. Not that he will, but that he can. That's a concern. Thank you.
Okay. Next item on the agenda is the consent agenda. Okay, Dr. Assis.
So we have several items on the consent agenda.
Are there any questions? Mr. Avila?
I have none.
Billman? Dr. Mary? Okay, I'll entertain a motion to.
What's the recommendation?
Okay, yes, we gotta.
To approve the.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, we have a motion and a second,
In favor.
In favor.
and I also vote in favor. Motion carries. Okay, that brings us down to, item D, board operation procedures. And item number 1.
I think that's under the consent. agenda.
That's under the consent agenda?
consent.
Okay. So then it's,
Executive.
5, executive session, is authorized by Texas Government Code Sections 551, .071, 551.072, 55.073, 55.074, 55.075, .76, 55.82, 55.83, and 55.84. Okay, we're gonna go into executive session. Do we have-
And, I just wanna
Eight 26, and we call this meeting back to order. Mr. Superintendent?
Yes, Mr. Guerrero, and board members, we had some discussions about possible action to approve some recommendation. So I'm asking, my recommendation is to see if we have approval.
I move.
Second.
There's a motion, a second. Mr. Billman?
In favor.
In favor.
Okay, in favor, motion carries. Letter B? Four.
No,
No items, right? We don't have any, we didn't discuss any pending or litigation or settlement.
No action.
Okay, no action on item B. Okay, Mr. Avila?
Meeting adjourned.
Okay, there's a motion to
Second.
adjourn, second by Dr. Mary.
In favor.
Favor? Okay, this meeting is, ended, terminated at 8:26.